Oh well, never mind. Such is life in the janitorial trade. No, don't demand rights. There's another note here. There's another misguided note about Bob, probably. Let's have a look. Get off! Off! Ingrid West, dead by the stairs. Everything is ready! Tomorrow is the day. We're going to storm the offices in force and stage a sit-in protest. Wow. That's gonna really turn the office around. We'll barricade the doors once everyone's out. And see, they even threw out the staff. They didn't even hold them hostage. They threw them out. You muppets! If you kept some hostages, the droids would have been delayed by at least half a day before they sent them in and then killed everybody anyway. Then again, I'd have had more bodies to clear up, but there we go. We'll barricade the doors when everyone's out and ensure our messages management is sent. Is seen. We'll be silent no longer. It's time they gave us our rights. I'm sick and tired of being treated like an animal, and so I'm going to get shot in the corridor like an animal. I know, I'm belittling all their work, aren't I, really? I'm so callous. But it's alright, I've still got a job. Do you reckon I'm going to get paid everyone's wages for doing a job of 5 people here? No, I don't think so either. Probably not very likely. What's this say? Give us the same old stuff. Same old slogans. I would laser them, but take a walk in our boots. Not in my boots. They're disgusting, really they are. Again, I haven't changed those since the start of the series either. Yeah, I'd be burning these up, but really, it's probably about as much time to laser them as it is to carry them over here and chuck them in the thingy. We'll also we'll chuck some acid on the wall over here as well, because why not? Oh, we've got a note. We haven't seen many of these yet. We've got a digital note rather than this primitive paper written stuff. Yes. So now, usually, we get a digital note from the hero who has resolved the issue of the aliens / droids. What's this say? We're not dogs. Pigs! We're Animal Farm again, probably. From the hero who has cleared out the rampaging robots or whatever is going on around here. Yeah? But of course, that's really awkward whoever put that sign there. Urgh! Cleanliness isn't free. I don't know, I think it is because they're not paying you. So obviously there's no bad guys here causing trouble. So who has done the cleaning up? Maybe it's a robot note. Identification: Ms. Ruth Fielder, workforce liaison. There's an unappreciated job. It's been 3 months since my appointment as liaison. I was led to believe I'd be working with savages and degenerates. But it's just not true. Oh great, she's a true believer. She's become converted. At first they were distrustful, but soon they opened up to me. These people suffer. I see it day by day, the work they do. It's horrible. I know it's terrible, isn't it? Let's Plays, they're dreadful. I can't imagine having to clean up an alien's digestive organs every day, and without the slightest sympathy. The rumoured tale of Bob seems to have done much to help inspire them lately. I can hardly believe it at first, but it makes sense. They've let me in on their secret. I plan to get management's attention. Something has to be done, I see that now. Hold on. Now, it sounds a bit like Ruth has become converted, but I suspect she may be the stoolie that's told everyone what's going on. I think she might have done. We'll have to see. More acid. Lovely. Chuck it on the wall. That was a good one. Ah, that was a good strike. I don't think it matters too much, actually. I think I can be a bit more slapdash, as opposed to what I am normally. Thank you very much. In the targeting, because it just needs to be close enough, doesn't it? So we're going to do. So it looks like 3 vials. Get out of here, glove. This is a terrible idea. Is enough to clean up the more serious graffiti. What do you reckon? This is going to be the 3rd one. I mean, really, it's yeah. There we go. So 3 vials is enough to break it down, enough to easily be mocked away. Well, relatively easily. Oh no, there goes the acid. Okay, well, it's not ideal. It's not perfect in terms of how to clean something up, but it's not bad either, I guess. Is it? And the ones over here on my right. I think we're just going to do those. Again, I don't have to aim too much. I think if I just splash here, it's going to go away eventually, isn't it? Oh, that's awkward. These ones here, I think I'm just going to mop them like this. Maybe one acid will be enough for that. Do you reckon? I'm slowly getting ink on my mop. Maybe one acid is needed there. As luck would have it. Careful. Just get up on the table. Me? One acid? Maybe not. Maybe just still need a couple of acids. Right, so if we go through here, I'm going to get a box down soon, I think, is what I'm going to do. Get a box down to pick up some of this stuff. And then if we break through that door there, that might be a nice shortcut into the mess on the other side. I have had what I think may be a clever thought. Don't look at me like that. It might be. Don't judge me yet. The usual thing of cleaning up paper and stuff like this, and the bottles, isn't it, is to chuck a flare into the bin, isn't it? That works pretty well for clearing up stuff like that. And I'm wondering if how do you do this again? There we go. If we can also do the protest signs like that as well. No, my God! What am I doing? Get off! Whatever you're standing on, I'm trying to get a sign. Oh! No? Not sure if the protest signs are going to go. Why are there so many toilets around here, by the way? The digital toilet things. I don't think the sign's going, you know. On the plus side, though, they are not too terrible when it comes to space inside a bin. Really. In the great scheme of things. Don't know about that. That flare's going for a long time. Oh no, it does! It does catch it. There you go! I told you! You didn't believe me! I told you it was a good idea. Or is it? Maybe it isn't actually. Maybe it's just putting out something else. Okay, it didn't work. It was still a good idea. I stand by my answer that it's a good idea. Bloody white box things. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. Left to see what I can do with those. Toilets are not rubbish, that's fine. Oh, damn it. It is starting to get to me a little bit now, the fact that all the water supply and everything else is upstairs, but... Oh, so much carnage down here. There's still a door somewhere I suspect could be unlocked, but I'm not certain. I mean, we saw that door code upstairs. That might have been a bit of text. I don't think it actually meant anything, possibly, but we'll keep an eye out for a door that we can do something with. Oh, there's flares on the shelf. Look, there we go, and various bits of still rubbish. It's like a collective storage. So this is. So it appears to be the janitors are. The janitors didn't have to go very far, did they, to get the to go and protest? Because I think this is the janitor area down here. Although and the office is the bit where they've broken out and chucked everybody out and taken over. Because there's just too much janitorial stuff down here. I can't believe this isn't the janitor's places. Who's this? Oh no! Well, Ruth, I was saying that I thought you might be a patsy, and you told everyone that you told the management what was going to happen, and then you pre-warned them, and they got the kill squad of droids ready. But here she is, and although she's a liaison, it doesn't look like she's dressed much like a liaison. She's dressed like a janitor. I mean, she might have been wearing that as a uniform to try and you know, connect with the savage janitors a bit more by dressing as they do. Trying to empathise with them. Although if I was a janitor and I spent all day cleaning up rubbish like this lot did, if somebody suddenly turned up with a nice clean uniform pretending to be like me because they're wearing the same uniform, I think I'll probably be a bit insulted. But there you go. But it does appear that Ruth has paid the ultimate price for joining with the with the protesters, which is kind of sad. But there you go. She was as oh, what's happening there? She was as misguided and deluded as they were in the past tense. Yeah, someone just gunned her down. Look at this. This is where she died. Slaughtered. Was she trying to get in here? I keep trying these doors. Hope that I can get through some of them. Okay. How are we doing here? Who else we got? A massive carnage down here. I'm going to... Jonathan Etlam. We are going to have a roll call, by the way, of all the sad lost janitors. Sometimes with the end. And someone can play taps while we're doing it. As we clear up the... As we clear them up. A massacre down here, though. They tried to barricade themselves in down here, but... Nope. It's made it easier to slaughter them, I'm afraid. They were in the process of hacking these droids apart when a small kill squad of the other droids came in. And they got one of them as he came through. One of the brave souls managed to get up next to him and smashed him over the head with this piece of rebar or whatever the hell that is they've collected. But ultimately, the flesh is too weak versus the machine. And they were annihilated. So, but the trouble is, of course, this has not solved the problem of the company using robots to do janitorial work. And when I check out here, am I going to check out literally? Are they going to get rid of me? I mean, are they going to... I'm the last chance to do the last bit of cleaning. Why haven't they got a robot doing this? Maybe all the roads have been destroyed. Maybe maybe the cleaning robot was an experimental idea, and all of them have been destroyed in the process. I think it'd be a terrible idea anyway. I mean, droids. So okay, so the benefit of droids is that they don't complain, and you don't have to feed them or pay them. Okay. But they're not paying this lot anyway, apparently. The janitors aren't getting paid anyway, which is why they're protesting. So I don't really see the benefit of the droids, to tell you the truth. What is the good side of having a droid doing the job instead of a chump like me? Is that apparently that's dirty water? What's the plot? What's the upside? You know, I don't see one. I mean, even things like, I don't know, housing and food and everything. They must be. Well, they're saying they're not paying. They must be paying us something, unless we're only eating company rations. They give us terrible company rations to eat, or something like that. I don't know. They must pay us something. Otherwise, you would run out of janitors if they start dropping dead. I don't know. But I doubt the executive policy of using droids. Generally speaking, people are far cheaper than machines. You know, the advantage of a machine is it can be more accurate than a person, and it can work for longer and harder than a person. But it isn't adaptable. And there's a quote somewhere about this. I think it's from one of the space agencies. Maybe I'll have to try and look that one up. I remember reading it. Oh, I read it recently as well. It was a quote from, I think, someone at NASA about using robots for exploration and those other things. It was from a long while ago, so it's not necessarily valid in the same way. But I think it was, you can't beat the efficiency of the processing power of a human brain in terms of mass and cheapness and everything else compared to any machine that's out there right now. I mean, people are just too easy and cheap still versus machines. There's no reason to, you know. I guess, I mean, if on like a space mission, how are we getting body parts out of here? The body parts, I can understand on other missions where you've got, you know, some sort of terrible alien infestation. When we've got body parts coming out of this level, I don't know. Yeah, if you're sending something to Mars to roll around and take pictures, you can get away with a machine because the life support for a person and all the food and water and everything else is heavy. I understand that. But if you want any sort of adaptability, currently you're stuffed because the machines just aren't clever enough to deal with the unexpected. You know, they just can't handle it. And in that point there, humans are pretty cheap. And if we lived in a different sort of society, you could say they're a lot more disposable than we do currently. It's a grim thought, isn't it? But we're playing a grim level. And it's got some jokes to it as well, everything else. But, you know, somewhere along the line, it's something to think about. It's the sort of thing you think about when you're playing a game like this. Or a themed map like this. You know, how people in positions of power would like to behave sometimes if they could get away with it. Not all power is bad. Not everyone in charge is a scumbag who doesn't care about the little people. But some of them don't. Some of them clearly don't. You know? What would they get away with if they possibly did? And the answer would be quite a lot, I think. And so in cases like, you know, where this mission might not work, or this mission might work to some degree, to some parameter, but you're going to lose people doing it, you know, that's acceptable. That will be acceptable to some people in charge. And maybe to even people going on the mission. The idea that maybe you've got a 20% chance of not coming back. You know, for being the first person on Mars or something like that. Some people would jump at that. They really would, just to get their name in the books. Which seems crazy to some of us, but not to others. And in the same way, if you had to have a machine to clean a room, I mean, a room as complicated as this, okay? I know it's only a game, but subjectively speaking, cleaning this room and having to do all the different tasks we've got to do here to clean this up is complicated, and we've got to adjust as we go, and we do it without thinking about it, because we're a human, and that's what we're good at. And a robot would have to be a fairly smart AI to be able to do it. Oops! As he shuts himself in the furnace. Luckily, I can't actually sort of pitch myself into the furnace by the door hitting me on the back of the head. As amusing as that would be. Put that in the next game, Runestorm. Stick it in there. Right, who are these people? Who are these sad comrades over here? When I run a room on our bucket for so long. Who have we got here? Jack Jones. On my Jack Jones. Jack Jones means Jack Jones. Actually, I don't know how the rhyming slang works for that. Jack Jones means on your own, basically. On your Jack Jones. Vivian Cornwell. No, I'm thinking Bernard Cornwell, who's an author. James Waxler. Who are these people? What's this note say? Max Cornwell, sanitation technician. It's almost time. Thanks to Ruth's help. Oh wow, she's fully implicated in this disaster. We now have a better understanding of the office layout. She's an inside person. And what areas we need to secure that this little protest of ours is going to have any success. For too long we've suffered in silence. Bob fights for us. Now we'll fight for him. We will be heard. I don't think Bob did fight for you, actually. I think Bob was mostly fighting for himself. In terms of surviving, and he was running away because he was insane, wasn't he? Wasn't he collecting body parts? I don't actually remember all of Bob's story anymore. I think I watch my own damn video again. Link in the description. No, of course there isn't. I wouldn't do that. You want to go and find it, you go and find it in my video list. But I don't actually remember what he did. I know he was killing. I seem to remember is that he'd had a body part collection or something dodgy, and one of his colleagues had found it, and then he'd murdered them to hush it up, and then eventually went on the run. Is that not Bob's story? The great martyr Bob who fights for his fellow janitors. But there we go. We're in a little bit of Life of Brian going on here, aren't we? Really, with the praising the Messiah, and probably Brazil as well. Oh, there's a thought. Now, I've seen Brazil many times, but I don't remember much about the characters' names in the film. So maybe we have some character names from in there. And if you're not depressed enough after reading 1984, go and watch Brazil as well. Good old Terry Gilliam. Oh, for God's sake. I thought I was being pretty accurate there, but it's only an overburn. Right. What is that? I'm going to have a laser to realise. Oh, nearly got it. Come on. There we go. So how's it looking in here now? I suspect... Okay, there's a little bullet hole still. I suspect we're getting there though, aren't we? Bit of a smudge across the floor from some muppet who doesn't know how to use a laser properly. But yeah, I think we're getting there. There's loads of lasers down here. So they were using the lasers as defence. Okay. And this is... Sorry, knocking the microphone there. It's the pop filter. So the crates have got to go here. So I really need to get rid of that. Mops and stuff. It's not really a protest graffiti, is it? Who did that? Who doesn't really know what they're here for? The poor muppet. We will. Do you reckon they have to stay up there? Those ones, or should they be down here? I mean, they're in the zone. Not actually sure how the zone works. So I think I need to get rid of this graffiti, and then stack these boxes, and this area will be then usable. To get so much graffiti though. We're dispensing. We're back to the seeds level again, aren't we? Putting seeds in the damn ground. The graffiti is about as annoying as that.